Welcome back, boys and girls. I can't stress how much I miss you and I want you back in class. But let's finish up texture, which is our element of art. And the next one, the last one that we're doing is space, yes. But today is the last day for texture. We learned about Vincent Van Gogh's life, we learned about texture, and today we are learning about post-impressionism. Why? Because Vincent was a post-impressionist. Yes. So after we watch this video, we will answer a question on how is Vincent special? How is he different? And when you're done with that, with any materials that you have available, I want you to create a masterpiece. Create an art piece where you get inspired by Vincent Van Gogh. You add as much texture as you can. You can go back to the other lesson where we talked about terms, but not also that. We talked about techniques on how to recreate texture, actual texture, or even repeated patterns. It's up to you, but please, please, please add as much texture as you can on your art piece. Also, you can create your own composition. You don't have to copy Vincent's, but show that emotion, rural scene, and all of those specifics about post-impressionism. Okay, here we go.
Post-impressionism emerged around 1885 and held sway in the artistic world until around 1914. Post-impressionist artists aimed to make art an emotional experience through the use of symbolism, vibrant colors, and captivating forms. Post-impressionism can be thought of as an exaggerated form of the impressionism that came before. Like impressionists, post-impressionists focused on what viewers might see if they only caught a glimpse of the scene portrayed. A major difference between the two movements was that instead of focusing on displaying light and color in a naturalistic manner like impressionists, post-impressionists used more calculated juxtapositions and symbolism as tools to convey meaning in their work. Another difference was that post-impressionists chose rural scenes and everyday subjects for their paintings over impressionism's high-fashion urban scenes. The impressions recorded by post-impressionists were less journalistic and more highly personal, and artists' thick brushstrokes drew attention to the expressivity of their art. The post-impressionist movement was initiated by a few independent artists. Paul Cézanne was the oldest of this group, which also included masters like Vincent Van Gogh, Paul Gauguin, and Georges Seurat.
Okay, now let's go specifically where it talks about Vincent Van Gogh, right here.
Another well-known artist from this time is Vincent Van Gogh. He moved further away from the impressionist ideas than Seurat and Cézanne did. Along with his troubled artist personality, Van Gogh is remembered for his masterpieces, The Starry Night, Sunflowers, and Café Terrace at Night.
My favorite one.
For Van Gogh, art was about color above all else. In this respect, he had an impressionist mindset, but the scenes Van Gogh depicted were more of an instinctive response than a scientific study of the scene. That meant he did not always do the meticulous study of the light and color found in nature before transferring his impressions onto canvas. His science was juxtaposing colors which would enhance or understate certain elements of his work. Van Gogh also moved away from realism, but he never overlooked the emotional aspect of his art. In this respect, I would say that Van Gogh was a particularly spiritual post-impressionist.
Okay, so you're going to answer how was he different, and get inspired, create your own composition, and add texture, as much texture as you can, and have fun. Okay, can't wait to see you. Love you all.